ultimately, I think it's a military and political stalemate that led various parties to the conflict, including the IRA and Sinn Féin, its political wing, to sign up to peace in 1998. And this worked in a couple of ways. So, first of all, the IRA's persistent campaign was kind of matched alongside Sinn Féin's sizable minority, and that's according to British officials at the time. So they said this Sinn Féin vote in Northern Ireland was about 30 to 35% of Northern nationalists. And that's really kind of convincing the Irish government, the SDLP, the British government, and eventually unionists that they've got to include Republicans in peace talks. If you actually want peace, it's very hard to have that if you leave the IRA's persistent campaign and Sinn Féin's vote out, because there's a sizable number of Northern nationalists who are actually supporting it. And the IRA's opponents essentially also realised there have been thousands of British troops and security measures, and it hadn't stopped the IRA or pushed the violence into permanent decline by the IRA. And that's something actually that John Hume, the Nobel Peace Prize winner and the leader of the SDLP party, he particularly pointed that out in the 1990s and said, look, we have to talk to these people. They have to be involved in the political solution. And he also recognised the others that, yeah, the IRA had a sizable minority political support that was able to veto political progress in Northern Ireland. So you could leave the IRA and Sinn Féin out of the settlement, but it's not going to bring peace because there'd be instability all the time because the IRA's campaign would continue. But at the same time, the kind of flip side of this is that Sinn Féin and the IRA faced the prospect of persistent conflict and maybe electoral stagnation if they did not alter their tactics overall by 1990s. So Gerry Adams, leader of Sinn Féin at this point, and leading Republicans said, look, there's a political military stalemate. We're stuck. And they recognised that British forces and loyalist paramilitaries, so Protestant paramilitaries, they could persist as well. And as Sinn Féin headed to peace, their vote increased. So that kind of further demonstrated to Republican leaders, but also many, except not all, of the grassroots Republicans that peace could advance their political project. It was the better way forward.